Hey, Canucks fans, don't worry. The sky is not falling. There will be a tomorrow. But yes, I agree. It'd be nice if the Canucks could win a game. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take on one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Sunday, October the 2nd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Today is Sunday. That means we're going to answer all of your questions that you left for me on my Ask Me Anything post in my community tab. Thank you. But before I get to that, two quick announcements. First, Legends and Hall of Fame members, our monthly Zoom chat is tonight at 7:30 Pacific. So make sure you check out your membership tab and then for the link and the password to that group Zoom chat. And then, so that's for Legends and Hall of Fame members. And then for everyone at 10:30 tonight, my nightly live stream, my bigger one on Sunday, my usual Sunday. Tonight I'm going to give away a pair of tickets to the Arizona Coyotes preseason game, our lower bowl seats, courtesy of Jason and Van City Experts Realty. I keep saying real estate group, Van City Experts Realty. So make sure you join me tonight. Come at 10:30 p.m. because you don't know when I'm going to do it. Do it in the stream. Have the draw. So make sure you're there from the very start. Let's get to your questions. And a couple of them, the first ones are about the Canucks. Really slow start in this preseason. Jastrin, after watching that painful game versus the Kraken, do you think we need to start dressing 90% of our NHL lineup so that the main guys can at least gain chemistry and get used to each other before games start to really matter? And then related to that, Carol says, do you think that we'll get our stuff together before the season starts? And if so, what do you think it needs to take to get everybody working together? The coach doesn't seem to be too happy with the way we were playing. Maybe it's because you changed goalies in the third. But anyway, did not like it. Some pretty weird things to say in one of his interviews. So what would you do to change things up? So Jastrin and Carol, thank you for expressing what I think a lot of fans are feeling in this market. Well, there is a recognition that it's only preseason. There's also a recognition that you want to start winning some games, at least get some confidence and momentum heading into the regular season. So to answer all of your questions together, Jastrin, I don't think you intentionally react and dress your full lineup just because you need a win. But you are going to do that naturally in games 5, 6, and 7 of the preseason. You want to get to as close as your regular season roster as you can. So I think we are going to see that happen naturally. And then for Carol, for you, said, is it because they change goalies in the third or they don't change goalies in the third? No, the goalies I think are the least of my worries from a standpoint of a chemistry standpoint. Because of course, if you're a forward line, you have two guys to worry about. If you're on the blue line, you have a blue line partner to worry about. In goal, you're just worried about yourself. Of course, you're worried about how the team does around you, but it doesn't matter if Demko plays all 3 periods or 2 and 1 like they did back here. That's kind of the way it goes with goalies. And Bruce Boudreau's, I'm sure, talking to Ian Clark, the goaltending coach, talking about who's going to play what, how long is everyone going to play. Expect to see Demko and Martin get the bulk of the work from here on in. That's just my guess. So to answer your question, no, I'm not worried overall. I don't think you react. But you're going to naturally get to a stronger lineup as we get closer to the end. And if that Arizona one is the last preseason game this Friday, the one I'm going to, the one that you could go to with me, then maybe we'll see almost a very full lineup for that night. Nux fan says, hello, Clay. Do you think Vancouver will grab anyone off waivers? Love the channel, sir. Well, thank you, Nux fan. Appreciate that you love it. I think they would only look at someone if it's a defenseman that they think could help them. Now, we know that a lot of teams are going to try and get a lot of guys through waivers to start the season, so we'll see what happens. My gut feeling is no, but if it's anyone, it would be a blue liner. Tristan says, who do you think will have the most amount of points and the least amount of points? And how many will they get? So you say Miller with 100 and Myers with 15. Okay, so for most points, I think it's going to be Petey. I think Petey's going to have 85, and that's going to be the high mark for the team. I think Miller will get around 80 or 82. But I'm going to go 85 for Petey. And then the least, you can easily say a goaltender. You could easily say someone like someone who only plays 10 games. So that's kind of cheating. Of the regulars, no, I'd see someone like Shen getting fewer points than Myers. I would see someone like a Dickinson or Joshua not getting a lot of points either. But if I had to pick one, a regular lineup, I'd go Luke Shen as the least amount of points this season. Gamer Kid says, what are your Pacific Division standings? I would go Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, LA, Vegas, Anaheim, San Jose, Seattle. That's what I would do. Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver, LA, Vegas, Anaheim, San Jose, Seattle. Derek, I think it's his first time asking questions. He asked about 5 or 6 questions, and then a couple of you responded, oh, I don't think Clay's going to be able to get to all of them. So I will answer 2 of them, Derek, but thank you for typing all those up. It says, keep up the great work with the videos. Thank you. So what will the Canucks lines look like on opening night? And with Besser out 3 to 4 weeks, is it a possibility Mikheyev will be ready for the regular season? My gut feeling is Mikheyev won't be ready for the regular season, but I'll give you 2 sets of lines, one presuming he's ready and one presuming he isn't. If he's ready, I'm going PD between Kuzmenko and Podkolzin, Miller between Pearson and Garland, Horvat, Mikheyev, and Höglander. That's what I'm doing. And then a 4th line of Dickinson, Lazar, and Joshua. So basically, Höglander takes, he slots in the top 9 for Besser without really taking his spot. If Mikheyev doesn't play, then I still think you go Miller, Pearson, Garland. I still think you go PD, Podkolzin, Höglander. Sorry, PD, Podkolzin, Kuzmenko. Then I think you go Horvat, Höglander, Lazar. And then you go Dickinson. So basically that's Lazar for Mikheyev. And then I would go Dickinson, Joshua, and Phil DiGiuseppe. That's what I would do for my 4th line if Mikheyev can't play. I lie. Who would you say is the most underrated and overrated for both Canucks and non-Canucks? Interesting. An underrated Canuck right now, I don't know how you can say he's underrated. No, I'll say it. I'd say underappreciated. Maybe underappreciated and underrated outside of our market. And that is Thatcher Demko. And you might say, Clay, that doesn't make sense. He was our MVP last year. Yes, I agree with all that. But I still think he's underrated and underappreciated throughout the league. Overrated, that's tough to say. Of our current roster, as much as I love him, I would love to see Besser break out. And so I wouldn't say he's overrated, but I do think he's untapped potential. How about that? Let's put it that way. For non-Canucks, overrated PK Subban. I always thought he was overrated. Sure, he's got a good personality. He's great for the game, but I always thought his actual skills were a bit overrated. Sure, he's a great offensive defenseman, but you see how quickly he fell off. And then an underrated, I've always liked, maybe because I liked Winnipeg and I still like them, and one of them's still there, one of them isn't, but I've always thought Kyle Connor and Andrew Kopp were both underrated players. But that's a great question, I lie. Would love to know, actually, in the comments what you guys think of overrated and underrated players. I think that'll be the comment for today. Sidhu, why did Rachel Dory leave the team? Was there any problem between her and management? I don't know. I don't have any inside information. Some people say they know. Others say they can't say. If I had to guess, the one reason that I've heard a lot of people talk about, and it's not salacious, it's not juicy. It's more that maybe she was one of the ones that were leaking info to the press, and she was the source to some people, some media members. I don't know that to be true. That would be, it'd still be not great, but it wouldn't be, say, as bad as, say, more of a salacious or juicy or scandalous rumor. So I don't even really want to go there, but I think that that's one story I have heard. Canucks Bo says, do you think Lockhart goes signs in the Canucks this year? If you're talking about Connor Lockhart, no. Actually, he hasn't signed an entry level. I don't think it happens this year. I think it happens at the end of the season, but I expect him to have a big year in the juniors for sure. Joe Pratt says, hi, young Clayton F. Season. Well, thank you. Hello, Joe. Do you think the Canucks waive anyone they could lose, and who do you say they could be? And no, it actually is not Gail's birthday. That was more for my joke only at the end of one of my streams. Do I think the Canucks waive anyone? I think no. It looks like Dickinson is going to play in the 4th line. Maybe if Pullman continues to struggle, they might waive him, or at least try and get him down to Abbotsford. He'd be my biggest bet would be Tucker Pullman, especially if he continues to struggle like he did last night in Seattle. Finally, Dara says, your least favorite Canuck player of all time. Yeah, I hate naming stuff like this, but if I have to pick one, because you asked it, I should answer it. I'd say Mark Messier. Mark Messier because of how much we paid him, because that he basically won with the Rangers before he got here. So it's kind of weird. It's like bringing your enemy in, and the apparent locker room strife that he caused, his guys versus Lindon's guys, and the fact that we were a colossal disappointment when he was here. So hate's too strong of a word. I respect what he's done for the league and his leadership and his ability. I just think none of that really manifested itself here in Vancouver. So yeah, you didn't ask who I hated. You said least favorite. So let's just say I was very disappointed in Messier's time here. Well, hey, Canucks fans, I hope I answered your questions to your satisfaction. Thank you for asking them. And yes, in the comments today, talk about who you think the Canucks' most overrated, underrated players are, and maybe in the NHL, who your most overrated and underrated. I gave mine. Would love to hear yours. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate. I gotta get that right. Van City Experts Realty, and to Perform and Transform Personal Training Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for supporting me on this channel. So 2 things tonight, 7:30 to 8:30, it's my Legend Hall of Fame chat. Then 8:30 I have to do a hockey poll. 10:30 to 11:30, my Sunday night live stream where I'll be giving away a pair of tickets to the Arizona Coyotes Vancouver Canucks preseason game this Friday. In the meantime, subscribe if you'd like to, like this video if you'd like to, leave a tip, a super thanks if you'd like to, become a member of this channel or upgrade if you'd like to, and leave a comment down below if you'd like to. Overrated, underrated, Canucks and NHL players overall. Finally, made it this far in the video, 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in. I talk a lot today. It's Sunday. It must be the weekend. Why don't we say giveaway? Type in the word giveaway in the comments. Then people will get confused. They'll think it's a part of this video, but you'll know because you watch this video. You'll know that it's tonight at 10:30 p.m. All right, friends, stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.